Hey YouTube, Hannikin here with another episode of Geek K. Today we actually have our Pop in the Box, which if you've been following my videos, you know I've been kind of excited to receive and review because I heard because it seems like a really good concept, and it finally arrived. We're already into February now, but this is the January Pop in the Box. Speaking with the company on a negative about this company. First of all, it originated as a UK company, and then they started a US-based Pop in the Box service. But talking to their customer support, it takes 30 days to ship to anywhere in the US. They won't, you have to allow for that. It can get there faster, slower, whatever, but that's their time frame that they aim for is 30 days. So it actually took almost that full 30 days. They claim they shipped it out on the 9th of January, and it is now the 3rd of February. So about 23 days-ish to arrive to me. Because they're actually still shipping from the UK. They ship from the UK to their regional distribution place in the US, and then from there they ship it through USPS to your destination. So that's how the shipping process works. So let's before we get into actually reviewing the pops, one quick note of the packaging. Packaging, and especially since this is coming from the UK, is abysmal. There's no protection, no nothing for the pops. They are literally crammed into the box. So you have, I have the 4-pop plan, so I get 4 pops. They fit 4 pops into the box, and they barely fit in that box. And there's no padding, no extra space with bubble wrap or no anything else. It's literally the boxes crammed together in an overall container. Which, if it was one, it might be okay. But because there's 4 of them, the boxes tend to move around and smush together based on pressure on what side it is. So the boxes all are not all in the greatest condition. Now, I'm not a traditional box displayer, so I'm not that peeved about the box being slightly dented or something like that. For some of these, especially since they're probably none of these were rare by any means, but I do keep the boxes, and I am concerned about resale value. If it was a pop that is rare, more rare. Granted, I'm only paying $9 a pop, but if it was a more rare one, I might actually be a little bit more peeved that it's dented. So I just want you guys to be aware that is a possible issue. And if they're watching, please just line the box a little bit bigger and line it with bubble wrap or something in between the pops. Some sort of spacing, padding in between the pops so that they don't, and the sides too, so they don't get crushed. That's all I ask. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the pops. So, or real quick, just so you know, it's very confusing and very difficult to use their site. There's a lot of work that goes into actually setting it all up and going through and determining what pops you have and that you want and everything like that. And so this month's probably not going to be as tailored to what I was looking for as it should have been because I wasn't using the site properly the first time by the time they shipped it. So, and you'll see here in a minute. Okay, so first up, the first pop that we got, and this is, I have one of these. It's the Iron Giant with car pop. And if you see behind me, I don't know if you can actually. If I move out of the way, maybe you can. I don't know which side he's on, but he's over here behind me, sitting on the shelf, next to the elf on the shelf. I have the other Iron Giant, Here's the box, just so you can see what number he is. I'm not sure if it's the same number. I don't think they're the same number. I think they are different. But if you look on the back here, you can see it's a single pop from the movie's side. As far as the quality of it, there are some little minor things. I'm not sure if it's yeah, I mean, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. It doesn't look like the pop itself got damaged. However, none of the pops that I got were of the Marvel or Star Wars series, so none of them are the bobbleheads. They're all the solid head ones. So I think that's probably gonna protect it a little bit. If they had been, maybe there might have been some damage when wiggling around. I doubt it, because usually the pops are fine. It's the boxes that get dented. But yeah, I really like this. It is one I wanted, not like wanted, but it is one I did not have, and I planned on eventually getting, so that I could have both of the Iron Giants. I actually would have preferred to get this one first, had I seen it first, but I seen that one and it was on sale first, so I got the normal one first. Because this one I actually like a lot better. It's a little bit more detailed, and I like the fact that he's carrying the car. So yeah, that's the Iron Giant with the car. Next up, and a little bit of a theme here, we have another different line, and this is the animation line, that was the movie line. We have another robot movie, also one that I almost bought for myself and did not, and probably could have bought cheaper than the $9 that they're charging me for this, to tell you the truth. It's Gigantor, the space age robot. So for those of you that don't know, this is from a TV show in, I think, the 70s or 80s. I'm not specifically sure on the actual time frame. And I'll show you the box. And you can see on this one, like on the front of it, I don't know if you can make that out, but there's some dings around the edges a little bit, not too much. And then I'll show you the back here. Don't worry, I'll post pictures as well. Yeah, I mean, this is actually a pretty hefty pop figure. It's actually like glossy. So like they put like a clear coat on the head, so that's kind of cool. I think the head's actually not even vinyl; it's just solid plastic. I think this is actually one of the older pops, because it is number 41 in the animation series, but it doesn't seem to have too many flaws. I think I actually seen this one for sale for like $6 or something like that, or $7 on Gemini Collectibles. So technically with this service I overpaid for it a little bit, but I'm not displeased, because it was one that I wanted and I almost bought, and now I have it. So there is, sorry, that one. So next up is the first one in this series, and well, it's not the first one that I bought in this series, it's the first one that arrived in this series. The first one that I bought is part of an order from Entertainment Earth that I'm still waiting on, and I don't think it's actually supposed to be here any day now, if the indicator on the FedEx website is anything, but I doubt it, because like I said in several videos before, as well, FedEx sucks for shipping to me. It takes forever. You might as well walk it here. So the pop is Honey Lemon from Hero 6. And she is top heavy, so they did give us a base, which is nice. And I like this clear plastic they put on her face, but it kind of like has some like paint issues around it, and it has a little like ding mark on the bottom. But as far as the paint goes, it's pretty good, pretty cool. I like this series, and the one that I'm actually waiting for that I purchased was the 6-inch Baymax. So I am waiting on that. Not the normal Baymax, not the Baymax in the battle armor or whatever you would call it. And then this one is the one that actually has probably the most damage to the box. The front is fine, but if I turn it around here, you can see, or I don't know if you can or not, it's actually like right where the word pop is, up top there, it's dented. So, yeah. And that, I am kind of annoyed about that, and you can probably see a little bit better there. But yeah, because I really wanted to collect this whole series, and the box is just damaged. And this one is actually, it's not a rare pop, but oddly enough, it's part of the discontinued line. I don't know why. Maybe they were having production issues with it, so they discontinued it. Or vaulted or whatever, I guess they call them. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I guess I didn't. Let me make sure you can see the back for all the ones that we can get here. And I'll post a picture later as well. Okay, so that's Honey Lemon. Lastly, it's one I really I'm kind of indifferent about. So the way the service works, you can go through all the different pops there are, and you can thumbs down them if you don't want to get them, and you can thumbs up them if you really want to get them. And you can, if you do nothing, you're not as likely to get that one. You'll get the thumbs up ones first, but once those ones run out, or once you've gotten all of them or whatever, or that they have at least, they'll start pulling from the ones you haven't thumbed up. Well, this one was one I don't think I thumbed up at all. I might have, I don't know, because the web interface for the website, like I said, is horrid. But most Funko sites are, to tell you the truth. And that is the Storm Shadow from G.I. Joes. I am a fan of G.I. Joes. I grew up on G.I. Joes and Transformers, cartoon shows. The paint job's actually not too bad. There's a couple black spots on his hands, but this isn't actually a series that I planned on collecting. I actually like the Storm Shadow one in this one, and I like the Snake Eyes one, but I don't care for any of the other ones that they chose because they're not popular. Well, Cobra Commander is, but I don't. The pops look retarded for him, and then they chose a random ass character in Roadblock. I don't know why they chose Roadblock. Maybe because this is based off. Like, if they were basing it off the movie, I could understand, because The Rock played Roadblock, but in the movie, but this is as you can see here, it's pop animation. It's not pop movie. So this is obviously based off the TV show. So why am I getting a Roadblock? Why am I not getting a Scarlet? Why? And there's only 5 in this series. Why am I getting a Roadblock? Why is there no Scarlet? Why is there 2 Cobra Commanders? Why is there no Destro? Because that would be an awesome pop. You know? Why is there no Duke? Why is there no Savage? Why is there no all of the Roadblock wasn't even in the cartoon show. As far as I know, in the original series there was no Roadblock. They made him up later on and then put him in the movie. So I don't understand the reasoning behind that. Maybe they chose the characters based off the movie for this because of the movie. but even so, Duke was in the movie. They could have used him. I digress. Anyway, this is an older pop, I believe, so it's actually close to Gigantor, so they kind of kept him in a close number proximity. So overall, the pops that I got, I wasn't like blown away or anything. They're very generic pops. I think the Gigantor one is maybe like $13 on pop price guide, but they're very generic pops. They weren't the lines. Well, other than Honey Lemon, I'm looking to get that line. Yes, eventually, but they're not the lines that are the series that I want to complete first. There's no way on their website to rack and stack. You have to completely uncheck everything of the 1,000 pops that you go through on their website and then redo it in the order you want them for it to be higher on their list. But I don't even know if they take that into consideration. There's no rank order. You can't reorganize the wish list on their website to say which ones you want more. I don't know how the algorithm that they use works, so maybe based on what you have, they try and complete the sets that you have. But none of these, I mean, apart from the Iron Giant, none of these are sets that I have, so I don't get that. And again, it could be that I just didn't get through them all in time on the web, checking them on their website before they process the order. I'm not sure. We will see next month. We'll see next month for this month because they're going to arrive a month late, obviously. So we're going to be getting them at the beginning of the prior month. So I'll get one next month, like same time next month, hopefully, but it'll be February, so it's a month behind always. Which I'm surprised I didn't get any duplicates because in that, I don't know what they sent me, and I have a chance, granted a very low chance, of purchasing one that they sent me. So and their website literally says, like, that's their like main advertisement is you will never get a duplicate pop unless you choose to. We'll see. Hopefully they get a little bit more. Hopefully they're better at meeting my expectations with what they send me next month. Hopefully they're watching and they do a better job packaging, but I doubt it. Yeah. Overall, though, I think it actually has a lot of potential. Something like this, or themselves, but there are definitely some things that they need to improve on if they wish this to become something and they want it to take off. Setting up distribution in the U.S. and shipping from the U.S. is first and foremost, but obviously, that takes money and time and all that kind of stuff. Improving the website would be second and foremost. Making it more efficient and a lot easier to use and user-friendly. As I said, I've got copious amounts of ideas, and I'm willing to work with them if they want, but it's not like, because I do web design, web development for a living, so I'm definitely qualified to assist with this, or with them if they want. I'm not looking for any kind of monetary gain. I literally just want to improve the service because I really, really think it's a cool idea. I like the surprise of getting something that I want that I don't have. It's really cool, and it's a different, kind of feeling to the pop in your collection because of that. Like going through the ones that I have, like if I had to choose my favorite pops, it's probably the ones that I received in some sort of subscription box or that someone gave me, because the ones that I go out and pick and buy might not be as high value for me. Now, granted, my favorite pop is probably, or could also be one that's the most expensive, but you know what you get what I'm saying here. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna hold off judgment until next month to see what I get then, because you can only buy per. You have to renew each month anyway, so there's that. You can't do like a yearly thing or anything. So I'll keep renewing here for a while. We'll keep it around and see what happens. If nothing else, it helps me increase my collection, which I'm looking to do at the moment anyway, to grow my collection. And it has the potential, like for instance with the honey lemon one, to get me to move to another line for the time being, to collect more genres and more lines and whatnot. So it's broadening my horizons with pops. So that's good. That's a plus. All right. So I've rambled on long enough. So feel free to comment. Tell me what you thought of this video. Tell me what your experiences are with Pop in the Box, if you have any, or what you think of the service. There will be links in the video. There's 25% off if you're looking to try to test them out. If you use the link provided on your first order. The way the service works, you can choose 1 pop at a time, 2 pops at a time, all the way up to 12 pops at a time. Each additional pop you add adds an extra $9.90 or something like that to the total. So you're essentially paying $10 for a pop plus flat rate $5 for shipping. So that's in a nutshell how the service works. It does take a little bit, or actually a lot. It took me I think a week to go through their website and mainly just because their website's inefficient and horribly laid out and confusing. There's no information up front, so it's hard to find stuff or figure out how to use it. But test it out, and let me know in the feedback what your experiences are as well. Okay, so go ahead and subscribe and support the channel if you would. Again, I'm Hanneken. This is an episode of Geek K. And keep on keeping on, YouTube.